Hello kids, how are you? Today we are going to learn the past simple. Hoy vamos a aprender cómo formar oraciones en el pasado simple. ¿Están listos? Okay, here we go. So, the past simple. We use the past simple to talk about things that happened in the past, okay? And we have regular verbs. What do you think is a regular verb? A regular verb is a verb that has ed at the end of the infinitive of the verb. ¿Qué sería un verbo regular? Un verbo regular en el pasado es un verbo que agrega ed al final para transformarse en pasado. Entonces, fíjense en el ejemplo que tenemos acá. We have the verb stayed. Stay is a regular verb. We have to add ed to form the past of the verb. Le agregamos ed al verbo para transformarlo en pasado. So, for example, here we have examples. I stayed in a tent on the mountain. I stayed in a tent on the mountain. This is a sentence in the past, okay? Now we need to change the spelling of some regular verbs when we use the past simple. Pay attention to the spelling, the way we write. So, for example, travel. In the past, as this is a regular verb, como esto es un verbo regular, cuando le agrego ed, look at this. You have to double the L plus ed. Now look at this, worry. It ends in Y, termina en Y. So in the regular, you have to add ed. And what about the Y? The Y turns into an I. So you have worry, worried. That's the past. And what about use? Look at this, use ends in E. So in the past, we only have to add the D, okay? And here we have examples. The car stopped working because it was cold. So, regular verbs. Regular verbs add ed in the past. Now, what happens with the irregular verbs? Irregular verbs change completely. Cambian completamente los verbos irregulares. ¿Sí? Son verbos que no agregan ed para transformarse en el pasado, sino que cambian completamente. So, let's have a look at the examples. Eat, in the past is it. Can, could. Go, went. Leave, left. Run, ran. So let's have a look at this example. I went horse riding yesterday. It was great fun. Or we ate fish and bananas in the jungle in Panama. There are many more verbs which have irregular past forms. There is a list of irregular verbs at the back of your workbook. Pay attention to that. Now, let's go to how we form questions and negatives. For negatives, we have to use didn't and the verb in the infinitive. So, for example, she didn't travel in a boat. That's the negative. Or you can say they didn't see the villagers dancing. Again, we use didn't. Did notice the long form and the verb in the infinitive for the negative. And for questions, we start with did, pronoun, verb in the infinitive, and the rest. So, for example, did you travel in a boat? And that's the question. So now let's go to the practice. Let's see. Okay, let's read the sentence and put the verb in brackets in the past form. Okay, so we have Kate, blah, 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 to the mountains last week. write your answers on a sheet of paper if you want. She, blah blah blah, not swim in the lake because it, blah blah blah, cold. She climb, you have to write the verb in the past form, a mountain, and blah blah blah, ride a horse. Or she, blah blah blah, had a great time. I give you some time to think about the answers, and then we see the he. You can stop the video if you want, if you need more time. And now let's see the answers. So, here you have the answers. Kate went to the mountains last week. She didn't swim in the lake because it was cold. She climbed a mountain and rode a horse. And the last one, she had a great time. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you, and keep on practicing. See you next time. Bye bye.